Hello there everybody, and welcome to just not really a normal video that I typically tend to do. But instead, we're going to be doing, well, just a little bit of, me playing some Evil West because I absolutely love this game. Yes, technically this video is an excuse just to play this game again. This game is amazing, I love it. But this is not the only thing I'm doing it for. This is an ideas video, and I want to make sure that everybody kind of understands that this video in particular is not going to hold water. So basically, whatever I say for an idea, there's a chance that it might not happen. There's a chance that it may happen. And this particular video will probably most likely be uploaded right after Cultic episode 2, because I did record 2 of those episodes today. So for those that are curious at the timeline of where things got recorded at, there you go. Now, we're just going to knock off like a TLDW for right now. So, those that don't want to stick around and watch me lumber around like a complete idiot or whatever, you can get your jollies off right now while I tell you basically what the point of this video is and what the point... I can't tell you what the point of the mask is, but I know what my video is about. So, there's a couple of things. The shooter side, as in first-person shooters, retro shooter, boomer shooter stuff, I want to do as much as I can possibly do, but I do want to let people know that I'm not... I don't consider myself a really good boomer shooter player. So if I were to play like, classic Shadow Warrior or whatever, it's going to be a time that's going to be like, oh, this is going to be annoying. I might have to look up where to go sometimes because I have forgotten, quite a lot of things about it. And there's just so much stuff to it that's just like, I like Shadow Warrior Classic, but it's hard. I've never beaten Blood, I've never even beaten that before. And I've never even beaten Ultra Kill, so... And by the way, I do want to mention, I talked about this in Cultic, but when I say boomer shooter or retro shooter, I'm mostly referring to things that are of the nature. They don't have to be exactly from the 90s or whatever, but they have to kind of, to me, resemble enough of a non-modern gaming shooter to basically exist for me to be like, yeah, this counts. So like the Shadow Warrior reboot series would be nice to do. Borderlands is always, in all technicality, well, Borderlands is more of a looter shooter, I guess, if anything. I'm not particularly too fond of looter shooters much. But that being said, for the shooter crowd, because I know I know I've got a lot of new fans that are really into first-person shooter stuff, and you guys are awesome, by the way, and thank you for being nice, because I at one point in time, because you got to understand that I'm a variety type guy too. And when I say variety, I do mean it. I'm not, like, super huge into RPGs. My main go-to games typically are, like, hack and slash, beat 'em up, boomer shooter, retro shooter, and fighting games. I'm kind of big into that type of stuff. Sorry, I was not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. It's been a few days since I played this game, so I already forgot everything. That's how quick it is for me to just not pay attention or forget what I'm doing, because you get in such a groove. So anyway, yeah, like, I'll probably, like, BioShock to me kind of counts as like a bit of a retro shooter enough. So like maybe one day I'll do BioShock Infinite. And I think for right now I have plans for potentially like a few of those types of shooters that I want to do. I guess if anything, we can call them arcade shooters, I guess. I want to do Dark Ages for Doom, because I've done Eternal, I've done 2016. Maybe one day I'll go back and redo Eternal, because that one was awful. I mean, it was the recording footage was just absolutely awful. OBS I kind of screwed that up, and I left it in like a complete idiot, because at the time I was like, I don't care. It's already broken and bad, so whatever. I just want to at least get it done, and yeah. So, another game in question would be like Shadow Warrior Reboot. I've talked about that a million times, but I do like the first game a lot. Not a fan of the second one, so you might not see that one happen, but there's always a chance. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to go away. But in terms of like current things I want to do now, it's definitely Doom, Dark Ages, Shadow Warrior 1 Reboot. Maybe BioShock Infinite, because that one is kind of, I guess at this point, needing to be done. I am currently doing Cultic, so that's at least 4 that I can think of on the top of my head. I know I said 5, but that's kind of the number. I don't have a specific amount of game, or a specific game in question. It's just more so that it would be nice if I could do those right now. And going back to what I talked about earlier, for like people that are really nice in the shooter community, the boomer shooter community, or whatever, a retro shooter or whatever. There was a time period where I was playing Tekken for a good bit, right? And I was just doing Tekken arcade modes. And I didn't just get one guide, I got 2 guide. And it was so annoying to the point where I just said, screw this, I'm just not feeling it anymore. And they kind of just ruined me wanting to play fighting game stuff or Tekken stuff, because every time it'd just be, my videos would just be watched with this sort of, have I really been playing too much Souls? I hit circle to dodge like a moron. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. Maybe I'll find like a 5th one. Maybe South Park, the first game, something like that. Who knows? I'm not a big Turok guy. And typically the games in question is more so things that I've at least beaten before. I don't know. I have an issue with my little pride, I guess you could say. I take issue with that. And I hate having to look stuff up mid-video because it makes me look like a complete dunce. But honestly, sometimes it just kind of has to happen that way. But, if people don't like it, then in all technicality, they don't have to watch it. So at the end of the day, I'm doing this for not only just my entertainment, but for the entertainment of others that actually do find my stuff entertaining. And I think that's fair. So either way, again, thank you to the shooter crowd for being cool, because the fighting game crowd, at least the Tekken crowd, for just a small, tiny bit, was just annoying enough to where it's like, maybe I should step back from doing Tekken for a while, because, god damn, they got really irritating. I did, block them from the channel, whatever, but that's not enough with my tiny little brain, because my brain's just always thinking like, oh, it's going to happen again. And that kind of brings me into the segue, the next question. I know I said TLDR, but that's, I guess at this point, that's kind of a lie. Oops. This is me we're talking about. I'm not really good with TLDR stuff. But the next thing in question is, this is the big one, okay? This one is more of a really take this with a grain of salt, and I mean really take it with a grain of salt. I had an idea in my head that sounds cool on paper. It's not impossible to do, but it would be probably... Let me turn up the volume on this thing. This thing's quiet as hell. It would be one of those cases of, it might not be the best, but we'll see. So, for those that might not know, I have a second channel. Like, it's actually my channel. It's not just, oh, I have, like, a co-op channel. Like, we both share it. My friend does have videos on that channel, but it's more so like a project thing. For those that are unaware, it's called Hardcorian Guides, spelled with a C-O-R-I-A-N at the end. Not hard Korean. So... not soft Korean, but I made a joke about that. Like, what if I play games on easy? Anyway, so Hardcorian is basically just a guide channel where I play games on hard. And, of course, I mentioned Occultic, but I did do an extreme difficulty of that game. So there's that. Maybe I'll do Doom at some point on Nightmare or something. Who knows? Evil West is actually going to probably most likely happen after I do Uncharted 1. Because, weirdly enough, I've never done an Uncharted 1 guide yet. I've done so many other things on that channel that I've kind of just forgot to do those, and, well, I'm trying to make up for lost time, I guess. Anyway, so I've separated my guide channel. I organize it a lot, and because I usually don't like doing more than one guide at a time or anything like that, so that's one big thing. And I have a thing where essentially I call it generations, where there's certain points in, like, certain guides or whatever, or certain points in time where my channel kind of just goes into the next generation, as I call it. It's very weird and specific, I know, but you can find those on the channel page, on the different gens. Right now we're in Generation 3, which is starting with God Hand, and that was one of those games that just seemed like it was going to be the most impossible thing I could ever do, and I did beat it on hard twice. I beat it off screen, and I have well, it's not fully done commentating wise, but I do have it done footage wise. But I did beat hard mode once again, and I have proof of it. And I guess that also leads back into this, but basically I want to do, it's an idea, it might not happen, but I want to do a thing where, like, maybe what if I stream again and I do a marathon of just the generations. Like, maybe I'll take like a break after Gen 1 or something. But what I'll do is I'll stream all of those games in order, excluding Pikmin because that was my friend's content, unless for some strange odd-ass reason he decides, you know what, you take a break, I'll do Pikmin, I'll stream it on my channel, you go ahead and send a link to your audience and then, or whatever, or you can hop in the stream or something, I don't know. Whatever the case, whatever happens, maybe we might do like a co-op stream thing of it or something where I'm there and he's streaming it and I'm there co-commentating on his side, right? I'm not trying to pressure my friend into doing it by any means, so I'm sure he's probably going to watch this and be like, God, you fucking asshole. Now I have to do it. He's done Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 so far, which is cool. I love it, but it's just like, I don't want to force him into something that not only will not, possibly happen, but yeah. This is a thing that requires full 100%, like, I have to be focused. I have to, if I'm going to do this, I have to do it type thing. And the real problem is, like, some of these games, not that they're, like, too hard, but they'll take a while to beat again. And, yeah, some of them I don't really want to do again, like Bioshock Infinite. And to an extent, even Bayonetta, like, I just don't feel like playing Bayonetta right now. I know Bayonetta is great, but it's like Ultra Kill to me, where I know it's super popular. I love Bayonetta 1. And I think Ultra Kill is pretty cool, but I have other games, like I prefer Metal Gear Rising, or for the shooter side, I prefer Doom, that kind of thing, right? So, we all have our preferences, but I do like Bayonetta 1 a lot, but hard mode, it's been a long time since I've done that. But basically, yeah, it'd just be me going through those games. My first game I ever did was Bioshock Survivor, no Vita Chambers, which is just piss easy anyway. So, because Bioshock's my favorite game, I pretty much just know the ins and outs of it enough to know how to deal with big daddies, to know how to deal with things, and know when to start fighting big daddies or whatever. So I'm more than well and capable of doing that. By the way, that's that third slam can be shot later, but we don't have the gun for it. We don't have a rifle yet. I'm so used to evil mode at this point. Yes, I've beaten this game on evil mode actually, and I plan on doing a guide of it. So get ready for that, folks. Oh, by the way, I do have the channel in the description below. You can also find it on my channel page as well. So if you want to go and find out where Hardcorean is hiding at, you can go check there. It's a cool channel. I recommend it. Anywho, so Bioshock 1 would be like the first one I would do. And then I did Last of Us right after, Survivor difficulty. I have not done the other one yet, Grounded mode yet. Back then, I was kind of weak-willed back then. I was like, oh, that might be too hard for me to do. That might be too hard. So I'll just stick with Survivor and just at least just say that I beat something on hard, quote-unquote. And maybe one day we might get a Grounded mode difficulty. Who knows? It could happen. Last of Us 2 probably won't happen, considering the fact that I kind of boycotted that game because, I just don't like Neil Cuckman. Anywho, back on topic, Splatterhouse would have been next, right after, and this will just be like, not like a one-time stream type thing, it'd just be over the course of weekends or something. Like, I'd have to find a perfect time, like maybe like on Saturdays or something, and then I would stream Bioshock. I can finish Bioshock in one go. I can probably finish Last of Us Survivor in one go, because Survivor on Last of Us is actually pretty easy too, and then Splatterhouse Brutal mode is not that bad either. It's really not that hard. And then I think right after that was Pikmin 1. And like I said, that's a thing that, if my friend was down to do it, I'm not going to say no. It's a no death run thing, basically. I wouldn't say no, but I'm just saying, like, I doubt that's going to happen. I'm not going to force him to do it or whatever. That's stupid. And this is just Gen 1. I don't even have it pulled up. I kept looking at it, thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But I can't dead offhand remember exactly what came after that, but in that first generation of games, it was like Ninja Gaiden Sigma, so I'd either have to play on PS3, because I still had that save file for it. I should. Same thing with Sigma 2. I should still have that save file for it, because those are the types of games that you need to beat over and over and over again to unlock Master Ninja Mode, and I don't think I have Master Ninja Mode yet on PS4 of all things, so yeah. Okay, I've been playing too much Tomb Raider recently that I thought that was an openable chest. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of different things recently, by the way. Also, not gonna lie, I do kind of want to do God of War 4. That I kind of consider a slightly impossible game to finish. It's just really, it's impossible because it just bores the hell out of me when it comes to give me God of War difficulty. I've beaten it before. I have it on stream, actually. I've done that one on stream. God of War 1 is also, I think, in Generation 1. So there's that. So you guys will get to see God of Wars again. It's basically just an extended version of my God of War marathon type stuff, where I would just essentially do all the God of Wars up to, like, Ascension and what have you. And then Lollipop Chainsaw was the last one of Generation 1. And then, most likely, if I was doing this stream thing, I would just take a break for, like, maybe a month or so, and then refresh, come back, start up Generation 2, which starts with, like, Transformers, Bumblebee. Oh, that's another big one as well, is, like, Generation 1, I started up my Optimus campaign for Transformers Devastation, and I had a project going where I would do 6 total guides for it. And essentially, it was Optimus was the first one, and then after that would be Bumblebee, and then Sideswipe, and then Wheeljack, Grimlock. And then after that, I would do all of them together. I would switch off via the checkpoint system, or if there ever was a checkpoint that would show up, I would switch characters, or switch every chapter as well. And so, I mean, that's more so, I guess, better explained on... I'm doing terrible. I'm not usually this bad at this game. Holy crap. I mean, it has been like a small bit since I've played, and I've been playing other things since then, so to be fair, yeah, that happens. Regardless, Gen 2 might be a little bit harder because, you know, you got Vanquish on God Hard difficulty. That would be fun to do. I want to see that one. I want to do that one again. I love Vanquish. I love Vanquish. It is absolutely one of the pinnacle of the best shooters. Metal Gear Rising was done... I did Revengeance mode back in Gen 1, and I did S ranks for Gen 2. So we'll have to see those again. I did Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3 in Gen 2. I'm trying to think of something else. There's also Warrior World, no damage run. That's going to be kind of annoying again, but it is possible. I did do it. South Park Stick of Truth, no healing, no items, no Buddy Left Behind thing. That's not too hard either. There's a lot of stuff in there that's like, that doesn't sound too hard. That doesn't sound too annoying. But there's some like Wolverine, you know, X-Men Origins Wolverine. I like X-Men Origins Wolverine, but it just was not good for a guide, man. Like, I should have split it up, you know, because I was doing that's 5 chapters long. I was doing it each by a chapter, and that's like 2 hours worth of commentary. And you guys know I can talk for a while, but there's just extents to it, you know. There's certain instances where it's like, I can't do this. So maybe, who knows, maybe X-Men might be good enough for that. The thing that's stopping me from doing this is not the thing that my friend suggested, which was on the Elden Ring video, the second Elden Ring video. I don't blame you guys for not watching those, because those are 5 hours long. I don't blame you. But he did mention, and this is just most likely him trying to stop me from being cool, so fuck you. He said that I should wait until I get 10,000 subs to do it. No, fuck you. You know what's funny is, like, honestly, all sarcasm and jokes aside, what if... Okay, this is kind of a bit of a... I said jokes aside, and here I am joking about it. Let's just say, hypothetically, that what if that was reverse psychology? Like, he was telling me, like, no, don't do it, don't do it. That's stupid, don't do it. But what he actually was meaning was, no, you should do it. That's the smartest idea you've ever had. You know what? Fuck it. I think... Actually, yeah. I should ask him that. I should say, hey, was that reverse psychology? Because most likely... Yeah, I think you just gave me a reason to do it. Like, don't tell me not to do something, because there's a chance that I'll probably end up wanting to do it. Well, the thing is, that reminds me of another thing, too, is, like, I had this idea of, like, I want to do, like, an 800 sub special, because I just recently got 800 subs for the first time, and it's crazy, dude, it's crazy. But I can't think of anything good to do, and then I'm thinking, like, well, what if I do, like, a small celebration for both channels? Like, I mean... Hardcore only has like 150, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. But, you know, we could celebrate the 800 while at the same time celebrating Hardcoreans just being Hardcorean. And, oh, by the way, this is my first time playing this on PlayStation. I have this game on Steam. That's where I bought it at. I'm just streaming this to play that way. But I'll be doing the guide most likely on PlayStation as well while we're at it, so just letting you guys know. Anyway... I could, like, I don't want to, you know, actual jokes aside, I really don't want to wait until, like, 10,000 subs. Like, I don't know if my friend's trying to be optimistic or not. It doesn't sound like it. Maybe I'm too autistic to tell, but it's one of those things where it's like, Because I said, like, what if I wait for, like, 1,000? Like, that sounded like a realistic number. And then he's like, oh, what about 10,000? It's like, that's... It's not impossible. Like, don't get me wrong. Nothing's impossible. I understand that. I'm more than well aware of that. But at the same time, by the way, if you want to shoot these, you have to use your rifle to do that. So, just pro tip. Also, it's not a bad idea to do these environmental things, too, by the way. Just letting you guys know. Yeah, I got the hardcore and guide syndrome. It's just a thing I do. Back on topic here. But, like, waiting for 10,000, like, that's going to take years, man. Like, it took me years just to even get to 800. It's not worth waiting all that time just to do something that maybe I might not even do. Who knows? So, it's just one of those types of things, I guess. Why is it not buying it? Oh, there it goes. I was just taking a small bit. What does that give me anyway? I forgot. Oh, that's the, yeah, that's right. Weirdly enough, you can respec your points in this game, and it'll actually respec that one of all things. It's like, well, that's weird. You told me to buy that one. Hell, I don't know if you can even get away with doing a no upgrade run. You guys are probably, like, worried, like, ah, oh, great. I know exactly what he's thinking about. I know that hardcore and smirk from anywhere. And all I imagine is just, I show speed when he's doing that smile. He's trying not to laugh. That's just me right now. Thinking about stupid shit. By the way, if you think I'm razzing on my friend, I am. Because he... You know, he's a part of this. He's a part of this topic, so it's worth at least giving him shit. So, you know, I think it's fair. I think that's fair game. You know, make fun of him a little bit. You know, why not? Everybody needs to get razzed up a little bit. Not to the point where it's just extensive, but... You know what I mean. I'm just saying, like, he's a part of hardcore, and at the same time, he's the one that suggested that I wait for the 10,000. And like I said, I don't mean to be pessimistic. I'm just trying to be a realist here, but I don't think that that's in the cards. Maybe, who knows? Maybe never. I don't know. You know, I can't decide that that's going to happen. That's for people to come up with. I can decide to make videos and then have people, you know, get new audience members or whatever from that, sure, but at the same time, I can't make people stay. It's just something that's on their own accord. I'm not going to force anybody to do that. I'm not going to tell you to comment, like, and subscribe, especially on this specific video, because I'm not a douchebag. I never do that, by the way. I don't know. And that's the other funny thing, too, is, like, whenever we talk about, like, getting YouTube partnership or whatever, typically it ends up, like, he talks about getting, like, monetization or whatever, and I'm thinking, like, man, you know, I don't even know if I would even monetize my videos, because I hate ads, and it's not that I don't want to deal with YouTube tax things or whatever. I can deal with that. That's fine. That's not the problem. The problem is, like, I just don't want my audience to have to sit through that crap. Like, I understand that some people are like, yeah, I would love to donate, you know, to, like, my streamer or my favorite YouTuber. Like, that's fine. I get that, but I don't know. Like, I don't want you guys to suffer. You know, I don't like to suffer, so why should I make you? Says the guy that likes to put himself through hardcore and crap and just play games on hard all the time. I know. I hear the stupidity. By the way, it took me a really long time to find out that the bar underneath my health bar was actually my XP bar. It took me 2 playthroughs to figure that one out. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I'm like, what the hell? Am I really this dumb? So yeah, I'd say, like, if I ever get partnered, I mean, yeah, there's a chance that I might just say, fudge it, why not? But I don't know. It just seems kind of douchey, in my opinion. Not that, like, people who do it are douchebags. It depends on the person in question. Like, I'm fine with, like, you know, like Markiplier or whatever. Like, you know, the cool people. Like, I'm fine with that, but I don't know. There's just, yeah. I also tend to suffer the thing where it's like I'm watching somebody's video and then all of a sudden they hit me with a sponsorship and it's like, god damn it. I do like how YouTube now has a thing where you can jump ahead and not have to watch it, but man, they throw them in at just random times and it's just like, god damn it, not another Raid Shadow Legends thing, and I just leave the video. But at that point, you know, if they put it halfway, sorry, if they have like a mid-roll halfway through, it's like, well, too late, sucker, already got your view. And I got your watch time, so fuck you, asshole. And then, of course, you know, most people don't put it at the end because, well, why would they? You know, because no one's going to watch it at that point. I hit that one, didn't I? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, this really is an excuse to play Evil West. It really is. I've been talking about it for like 25 minutes. This is normal, but I fucking love this game. I freaking love this. It took me too long to play it. Like, I knew about it, you know, but it took a long time to be like, I'm going to play it. And then just recently, I finally, after all these years, after like a decade, I finally beat the Tomb Raider reboot, the first game. I beat the second one, I guess, like a long time ago. The Rise of the Tomb Raider, whatever it's called. I beat that one like a long time ago, but I've never beaten the first one because I just kept playing it and getting kind of like slightly bored. Not that I hated it, it was just like, it's one of those games where there's just a lot of stuff. You can collect a lot of stuff, and it just kind of makes me just feel like it's stuffed the game, and I'm like, I don't know. I have my particular taste, you know. We all do. Which is why you don't really see RPGs very much on this channel. I don't hate RPGs. It's just that you won't see them very often. Same thing with Souls content. Like, I've pretty much already done most of the Souls content I really want to do. You know, I've done some Souls stuff on my friend's channel. I don't know if we ever finished Demon Souls or not. I don't know. I've done Sekiro. We're doing Elden Ring like twice now. Like, this is the second time going through Elden Ring, but it's just my brother playing it. But even then, it's like, god damn, like... Night Rain content would be cool, but I'm too afraid that I suck at the game to the point where people are going to get pissed. But then again, you know, that's the thing, though, is this is YouTube. I've never landed that. No, I'm serious. Like, usually when he does that he stays doing that for a while. So it's easy to hit that. But when he's doing that one where he jumps back, it's like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just fuck it up. I guess I got hit. I probably did. I can't see shit. It's too glowy in here. Maybe I should do the PC version instead, actually, now that I think about it. Because there's no way to really change the graphics on this one. I think I changed it to performance, because that's what I prefer. But this one, I don't know, it's just too glowy, and motion blur, you can't turn it off, I guess, for some reason. And it's like, why? Motion blur sucks. I hate motion blur. I don't know why people like that. I guess it gives more like a cinematic view to it, I guess. But it's just like, I don't know. I'm more of a performance over graphics type guy. If your game plays well, then great. That's all I need. By the way, there's a cool upgrade for the rifle. If you land a weak spot shot... Oops. That was a kick. You're supposed to kick there. If you land a weak spot shot, you'll actually get a bullet pack for it, too. It's pretty neat. So it saves you the trouble of having to reload the damn thing all the time. It does reload automatically, by the way. You don't have to do that yourself. This game is really well made. Like, extremely well made. It takes a bit to get used to, but give it another playthrough, and I guarantee you'll have a blast. Yeah, it took me like a playthrough to... Yeah, my first time was like, oh, this is alright. My second time through was like, oh my god. Like, it made sense. I was like, shit. What else is there to blab about while I play Evil West for the millionth time in like a week? I don't know. Mario Party, I haven't felt like doing those in a while. Specifically the Mario Party G stuff. I still have, of course, the winners of each one, so I still have that written down. If you want more information about Mario Party G, I'd recommend just going to watch one of the Mario Party G videos to explain that whole lonesome thing about stuff. And other co-op crap, I mean, we were doing like the Wii Mario Brothers game, and I guess my brother is more free nowadays, because for a while I was like, you know, he probably shouldn't come over because he's got like a family and stuff, but he's like, it's okay. So I just wasn't, you know, aware if that would be alright or not, but I guess it's okay to him, so there's always a chance we can continue that. I know he mentioned Luigi's Mansion, but I don't know. We don't have to finish CoOp stuff. I don't know why people keep doing that to me. They keep saying things like, oh, we gotta finish. Or, not, they don't say it outright, but it's just like, they give me that feeling of like, oh, you gotta finish it, you gotta finish it. No, we don't. The whole point of CoOp stuff is just to have fun, and then just play a game for a little while, and if we finish it, then we finish it. So, oops. This one's really good. This upgrade is incredibly good, by the way. Holy crap. Like, that is one of the best upgrades you can get in the game. Like, no lie. What else can I think about? We're doing Silent Hill Downpour on my friend's channel. That one's fun. I do want to finish Silent Hill Downpour. It's funny, because, like, when I played it myself, which I play on PS3, so I have this shitty frame rate problem, I didn't really care much for the game. I thought it was just alright. I thought it was just mediocre at best. That could be because I was playing on a shittier version of it, apparently. So, maybe. But watching somebody else play it, it's just so much more enjoyable. And that's kind of like what I like about doing co-op stuff, is I don't have to always play the game. And to be reasonably fair, I'm probably the better at the yapping side of things when I'm not playing the game, because I feel like people when they're playing a game, they don't, like, I can play a game like Doom 2016 and I can talk all day, like, non-stop. I'm the Let's Player guy. My friend does do Let's Plays, yes. My brother, not really. My main brother that you see on the channel, like, both of them, actually, they don't really do, Let's Play content or YouTube stuff. My friend technically does, but he's not, I wouldn't really call him, like, a big Let's Play type guy. I don't have any explanation of exactly what he is. Maybe he's more of a streamer type, I guess. That feels more like his forte, if anything. But I would say, because I've been doing this stuff for so long, and guides at the same time, like, my voice is just capable. I'm able to play games and talk, like, non-stop. You can tell right now, this is like 30 minutes long, just because I want to play Evil West. It's that insane. I'm that crazy. But the thing is, like, I guess it's easier to kind of keep a conversation going when I'm not the one playing, which is kind of weird, because, like, you would think, I can handle my own talking and playing at the same time. Like, I can do that, yes. But I feel like people, to give them the credit, it's like, I'll let them play, and then I have, like, maybe, like, a third person to yap to, and then every once in a while, insert person X might join in on the conversation, Like, say, for example, for Elden Ring, when I'm playing with my friend and my brother, me and my friend will talk about something dumb. Some dumb topic, probably. And then my brother will chime in every once in a while he's playing Elden Ring when he gets a chance. So, I think that kind of works out. By the way, one of the best ways to take out these little bugs now is by doing the grapple mechanic. And there's two-way grapple. You can grab them and throw them to you, or you can throw yourself to them. And it's a lot easier just to take these guys out this way, because these projectile vomit bastards, ugh. These guys suck dick. This is also a parry thing, too. It's a shield parry. It doesn't stay on forever, but you can do this. And there's a really cool upgrade later. Whenever you parry somebody, it will shock. It'll do like an AoE shock, and it'll shock around like people next to you. It's so crazy. And if you're fighting a bunch of groups of enemies at once, there is a thing where you can do where when you shock somebody, everybody will just kind of like back off a little bit, except for like sub-bosses and stuff. And that's one of the coolest ways to traverse. There's a lot of that stuff in this game, traversal stuff, but at the same time, that's definitely one of the coolest ones to see ever. Yeah, I don't know. Other co-op stuff. Doom 2016, I do still want to keep doing it, but we got to find the right time to do it. Zelda, same thing. Got to find the right time to do it. We've been hanging out with our brother, or my brother, at the same time, so it's like, I want to get the 3-player co-ops done. Not that we can't just have him there for Zelda. Not that we can't have him there for Doom 2016. Not that we can't have my friend for something like Persona 3 or whatever, right? Like, we can do that. It's just like, when we're all 3 together, to me, it's just like, it makes more sense just to go ahead and do the triple co-op stuff. So, and honestly, co-op stuff should just be that we just want to have fun. I think that's what they should really kind of boil down to. Like, let's just play a game, have fun, talk over it. We can finish it if we decide to, if it's worth finishing or whatever. Will this game get a co-op? Probably not, because the only one who's going to play it is me, and that kind of goes back to the topic of, like, I feel like if I'm the one playing the game and talking, I get that feeling like everybody else just doesn't want to communicate for some odd reason. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain it, but if you're wondering what I'm referencing or how I'm getting that idea from, the South Park Stick of Truth Let's Play, I think we did on either Hit the Checkpoint or Mine Channel. I forget what it was. I don't remember what channel it was. We tried doing a South Park Stick of Truth Let's Play once, and I felt like I was the one trying to carry the commentary, because like no one else would really want to talk, it seemed. So, and that was one of those cases of like I was playing the game, and that's where I kind of get that from. Who knows? Maybe these days it's different. Like, maybe I could go play Ninja Gaiden. Well, that's another thing too. Now that I mention it, I think that's what it kind of boils down to. I feel like when I'm able to not play the game, I can talk about whatever, anything and everything, right? I can for those small amounts. Like, I'm using 90% of my brain while I'm talking and playing this game, but I can use 100% of my brain when I'm not playing and I'm talking. So all the crazy stuff will come out. Like, the really crazy stuff will come out. And I've always felt like everyone will get bored if I'm the one playing the game. It's weird. I don't know why, but it Stick of Truth kind of cemented that for me, and it's just pretty much just ruined me ever since. So, yeah, it's one of those things. There are times where it's like, there are certain games where we can kind of take turns and play, and it still kind of works out just fine, but I feel like if I'm the only one playing a game, then I feel like for some reason everybody else gets bored with it, and I have no idea why. You could just say, like, well, Alex, that's just your own dumb autism just telling you that. That could be true, but I don't know. And at the very least, like, if they're the ones playing the game, then at the very least you could argue, well, they're having their fun, so, and your fun is just being able to talk, right? So at the same time, it kind of works out pretty well. Because I can yap for a while. I'll finish off in a minute. I just want to at least finish off this little level or whatever, or at least get to a good stopping point. Like, why would I stop now when I'm already this far ahead, you know? It's just like, God damn it. I will admit that the grabbing mechanic is a little finicky sometimes, because, well, it's not finicky, it's just, it has a very weird way of working. If you want to pull somebody back, you have to you have to hold L1 for like a small bit, and then flick the stick in that direction. So that's kind of how it works. Escape the back rooms, you got it. There's gold over here. Grab that. Go ahead and rope you around here and get yourself up. Yeah, I don't think I have much more else to say. This was fun doing another video of this. The ideas in question, for those that might have skipped ahead at the very end to see anything cool that might happen or might talk about, the things in question are basically like, I want to do more shooter stuff for a little while. Not that I'm going to do them forever. I don't want to make my channel just a shooter channel. But at the same time, like, it does, people like it. So, you know, why not just jump into that situation now and let people enjoy what they want. I would like to get back to fighting game stuff, but we'll see. I have ideas for some, but I don't know, man. It really depends. It really depends. Maybe, like, you know, beating the self series or whatever. Co-op stuff, I talked about that enough, but they are what they are. That's all I can say. They'll happen when they happen, that kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I'm able to, I don't know if you can even do a no upgrade run for this. It's weird. Well, maybe you can, because I don't remember buying Quake Punch my last playthrough. I think you can skip doing that. Quake is another game I'd like to do a shooter of. I have beaten Quake 1 and 2. I do actually have 3 and 4, but I've never beaten those. So that's another thing too, is like, if I'm gonna play a game, I usually like to have a game that I've at least beaten before. That's typically my way of doing it. So at least I kind of know what I'm doing. And then Hardcore and Marathon, where I basically just do it by gen. I would just, you know, do like a marathon, gen by gen, and yeah, so I can finally prove that, yes, I can beat Dante's Inferno mode. That's pretty much the entire reason that I'm doing it. I got one guide on Hardcore, and now it's like, God damn it, now I have to prove because somebody calls me a cheater again. It's like, fuck me, alright. Like, I don't think I did, but, you know, if you think I did, I could probably do a live stream of it. And for those that are wondering, like, why not do it on Hardcore? Well, that's just the way I do it. I don't want Hardcore to have streams for right now. It just doesn't feel right. Turd Monkey feels more like the streaming channel, if anything. Now, will this happen? Whatever, finish it, or why not just do Dante instead? You know, there's like a number of things that we can ask, but I feel like if I'm gonna go big, I want to go big or go home. You know, I don't want to do like just one game or whatever. If I'm gonna do this, I want it to be something to be remembered. And then I probably won't do Gen 3 because I haven't finished Gen 3 yet, but I could easily just do God Hand again. Like, I can, for the most part, do a God Hand hard mode playthrough. Not with no problems, but there's at least, to an extent, like, I can, for the most part, handle myself. So, I know how to play that game pretty well. I'm just kind of curious as to what other Gen 3 stuff we're going to get for hardcore in content, not gonna lie. I might not exactly focus on that. I'll try to, like, do what I usually do, where I split up between Turd Monkey and that, so... that's not fucking fair. You can't be doing that shit. Alright, yeah, that's enough. I gotta stop there, because if I keep going, I'm gonna keep going, and it's never gonna end. Like, I'm dead-ass serious. This will never end if I keep playing, because this game kicks so much ass. And yes, to an extent, I would like to do God of War 4. All jokes aside, I would like to do God of War 4, but I don't know. We'll see. On either channel. Whether it be, you know, that or whatever. There you go. Mission done. Good time to edit. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys when I do Black Myth Wukong, which is a Souls-like. So, take care, everybody.